Welcome! This is another video in my NIV Bible reading series. Um, in last chapter, I read, last chapter, of course, was 23, and it was going through some more laws. And at the end of 23, it goes back to things like God's, it pivots from that, and it says God's like, I'm seeing an angel, and I'm gonna to lead you on the way. I'm going to slowly drive out the Canaanites, Perizzites, Jebusites, whatever, from the land that I will give you. But it'll be a slow thing. It won't be immediate because I guess the land will suffer greatly if it's just an immediate thing. It'll take some time. He'll cause it to take some time slowly and stuff like that. And then it says as long it says like stuff like don't get involved with other people's gods and stuff like that, and don't allow the worship of them and stuff like that, because it says the worship of their gods will certainly be a snare to you, which makes sense. Why are you why would you worship another god? That doesn't make sense. You'd be nullifying the Christian, or I guess back then this is before Christianity. I'm pretty sure, because Christ had to be born for Christianity to happen. But I think, I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, back then I think you just had the Jews or the Israelites. So Judaism, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, basically, God said, "Nah," because this God that I'm reading about right now, the book of the book that I'm reading right now. You nullify that God when you choose to if you choose to worship another God. There's no duality between this God and another God. Any of the other, I guess I would go as far to say false gods. I would say they're false and stuff like that, because that's just how. As a Christian, that's just what I believe. I believe all the other religions, they're false religions and stuff, and I don't think they should just be like, just done. I'm not calling for all the other religions to just be done away with, like, by force, I suppose. But I am going. I do. I'm not that radical. I don't want that. Really, it'd be nice. I, it would be nice if everybody was a Christian. I would absolutely love that. I think that'd be awesome. But I think you can't really force Christianity on people. As far as I know, you can't just give them the Bible and say, "Hey, read this," and force them to believe. You can force them to read at best, but will they believe? That's the thing. And not everybody is going to believe. You know, uh, I just don't think that's possible. It'd be great. If everyone did, but that's just not the case. So, like, for me, I started reading the Bible and I started believing and stuff. I really feel like God opened my eyes and in my heart, and kind of is at work right now within me and stuff like that. And that gets into the what's it called, the controversy of predestination, sort of, at least, and stuff like that. I've been in my own church. I've been having this. We've been reading the 1689 London Baptist Confession, which is the doctrine that my church uh, is has and follows and stuff like that. Where predestination is a thing where you can't just start reading and believing, where you, like, on your own. God has to open your eyes, and, to so to speak, and stuff, and give you the ability. believe and stuff like that. So, and I guess you could argue that like it's kind of predestined to a certain, at least a certain extent, uh, and stuff like that. Which is, I know it's kind of hard for me to grasp that because as an American, I like the idea that we all have freedom of mind and stuff like that, and stuff like that. But the fact is that God controls everything. God, pretty much, this God can open up your eyes or choose to harden your hearts, like with Pharaoh in Genesis. I think no, not Genesis, in Exodus. I think Exodus. Yeah, in Exodus, this book I'm reading right now. In Exodus, God hardened Pharaoh's heart. God chose Moses and Aaron. All these biblical figures. God chose David and David and Mary to. Well, I guess God chose Mary to be the virgin birth giver, the one that Jesus would be born to, and stuff like that. So to a certain point, at least, God has full control and stuff like that, and pretty much and stuff like that. If he wanted to, he could have eliminated us. He could kill us all right now if he wanted. Basically, because God is the creator. So some people's hearts are hardened, and they will never come to God, unfortunately. The way that is what I've been taught, and it makes sense so far from what I've read in the scripture. Because, like I said, with 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 Abraham and Isaac, Jacob, all these biblical figures, they were chosen by God for said purpose, for the purposes that they fulfilled and stuff like that. So, yeah. But I mean, the thing is you never know if God will open your eyes. Because God is all knowing, but we aren't. So you don't know who we don't know God's plan. So you don't know if you're going to be used at any time to open somebody else's uh, mind and eyes to the word of God and Christ, whatever. Because you can be my grandma and sister have been used, I believe, to open my eyes as part of God's plan, and to kickstart my journey and stuff. So yeah, this has been a long rant. This has been a long rant. I just felt like doing that because it's my channel. I can do whatever I want on the channel. So, well, within reason, of course, with the YouTube guidelines. But I doubt this is against the YouTube guidelines. At least it should. If it is, then we got a problem. But yeah. Anyway, I'm reading Exodus chapter 24 in this video. Uh, yeah. Anyway, let's just get into it. Then he said to Moses, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. You are to worship at a distance, but Moses alone is to approach the Lord. The others must not come near, and the people may not come up with him." When Moses went and told the people all the Lord's words and laws, they responded with one voice, "Everything the Lord has said we will do." Moses then wrote down everything the Lord had said. He got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offerings to the Lord. Moses took half the blood and put it in bowls, and the other half he sprinkled on the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant and read it to the people. They responded, "We will do everything the Lord has said. We will obey." Moses then took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you in accordance with all these words." Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Egypt went up and saw the God of Israel. Under his feet was something like a pavement made of sapphire, clear as the sky itself. But God did not raise his hand against these leaders of the Israelites. They saw God, and they ate and drank. The Lord said to Moses, come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the law and commands I have written for their instruction. Then Moses Then Moses set out with Joshua his aide, and Moses went up to the mountain of God. He said to the elders, "Wait here for us until we come back to you. Aaron and Hur are with you, and anyone involved in a dispute can go to them." When Moses went up to the mountain, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai. For 6 days the cloud covered the mountain, and on the seventh day the Lord called to Moses from within the cloud. To the Israelite, on the seventh day the Lord called to Moses from within the cloud. To the Israelites, the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire on top of the mountain. Then Moses entered the cloud as he went up the mountain, and he stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. All right, that was Exodus chapter 24. And yeah, in the next chapters, like, let me see, 26, 27, 28. 29, 30. Okay, yeah. So all the way up to like I'm almost done with Exodus. I didn't even know. Anyway, with the New King James Version. In the New King James Version, I'm way ahead. It's based on my track reading program. All right. I'm almost done with Exodus, and I'll be on Leviticus. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, it's going to all the way like till like 30, all the way through 30. It's good. It's all just describing the altar for the burnt offering, the tabernacle, and like an Ark of the Covenant and stuff like that. All the specificities, like a cubit like this is a cubit high. This should be like this. This should be like this. Very detail oriented of these like instructions. So it's going to be a boring couple of chapters, but they are essential because it adds, like I think I said already, it adds credibility. Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Anyway, that was Exodus chapter 24, and that was a long rant at the beginning. But I felt like I just wanted to say that, and yeah, that's it.